the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Listen up, listen up, listen up. We're going to talk about a huge trade that will make Tua Tagovailoa MVP, and it is Dolphins Victory Monday. We're going to talk about that and more. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the building. Punch that like button. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Victory Monday. We 4-3. But I told you we finna win 3 straight. We need to win 5 straight. But I told y'all we finna win 3 straight games. Our opponents are trash. Regardless of how bad we looked last night, our opponents are trash. So we're about to win 3 straight. We're about to be 6-3, and then we're going to be right back in the good graces of one of the top teams in the league. So don't stress yourself. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Oh my gosh, we're not making the playoffs. Now we win one of these 3, well, 2 now. Then we got problems. But that ain't the case. That ain't the case. We're going to get into everything in a moment, but this episode is brought to you by none other than Mojo Sports, ladies and gentlemen. Mojo Sports. Make sure that you check it out. Again, this is the stock market for players. They are, and like I told y'all before, they added the college players as well. We got to take a look at player stocks. We know who went up, who went down. Shockingly enough, Tua actually went up a little, you know. Tua actually went up a little. So we're going to talk about that and more a little later in the show. Hit that like button. If you want to hang out with me tonight, you already know I got Monday Night Football. Patriots versus the Bears, the bum teams. Ain't nothing exciting to watch, but we're going to probably do at least half of that game. The live play-by-play coverage at 8:15, so I'll be live on that at about 8:10. So I got about 45 minutes over here doing what we do. Griffin Games with the donation already to the channel, already dropping love. Any DBs we're going after? Not that I know of. Not that I know of. We got to talk about that anyway. Let me write this down. Greer on trades. We got to talk about that. But, I know why people clicked on the video. They see Tua Tagovailoa MVP, huge trade. They want to know, what does TD know? What does he know? Oh, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing, ladies and gentlemen. But there's a lot of stuff that's circulating around right now. Me personally, with the people that I talk to, I'm hearing something about right tackle, even though we're waiting on Austin Jackson to come back. So I don't know why that's the case. I'd rather a left guard, but I'm hearing stuff about a tackle potentially, even though they're trying to make it seem like our replacement for Austin Jackson is playing well, but we shall see. But y'all saw the tweet. Y'all saw all the stuff coming out about, Jerry Jeudy not happy in Denver, which I think is a bunch of crap. But, all these rumors that Miami Dolphins monitoring the situation because they may be interested. First of all, I think it's a bunch of crap. So, TD, if you think it's a bunch of crap, then why would you talk about it? Because I got to. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I ain't going to lie to y'all. This is actually the type of move that the Miami Dolphins need right now at this point. Real talk, if Chris Grier want to make this season right, I got to be honest with y'all. This is the type of move right here that the Miami Dolphins actually need to make. They need to make this move. They need to go ahead and actually inquire about another top receiver in the league. Because I realized last night that the only way that we may actually get the Tua Tagovailoa of Alabama, I ain't talking about a fourth quarter Tua, Baltimore. I'm talking about the Tua Tagovailoa of Alabama, which was consistent, high level of play. The only way you're going to do that is if you go get three of the best wide receivers in the NFL. We thought two was enough. But no, it's not. We need to go get three for him, and then maybe we could actually have a high-powered offense putting up 30, 40 points a game. Because it absolutely makes no sense why there are some teams out here that's in week 7 right now, and they done already have 4 or 5 games of 30, 40 points. And we round here averaging pretty much, for the most part, 18, 16, 20 a game. It's time to do something drastic. Ladies and gentlemen. Because at the end of the day, there's one thing that I don't want to happen. I don't want Tua Tagovailoa to have an exit out of Miami, and we didn't do everything possible to at least attempt to make him a franchise quarterback. Y'all saw me in the offseason. When the free agency went by, when the draft went by, y'all saw me in free agency. I went off on Chris Grier and this organization after they got Connor Williams and Teron Armstead. I said, y'all are some fake phonies. Y'all act like y'all looking out for this kid's best interest, but you're not doing everything possible, because if you were doing everything possible, you would have went and got a right tackle as well while you had some money to do so. You would have went and got a true center and put Connor Williams at left guard where he belongs, so that 80% of our snaps ain't got to be high. And another thing about the high snaps, I was arguing with somebody about that today. Bro, you complaining about a high snap? He's one of the highest rated centers in the NFL, and you complaining about high snaps? Okay, he's blocking a run game barely, but he's playing good center football. But do you realize how high snaps affects the quarterback? It destroys their timing. Especially the Tuaneers. I would expect better from y'all. Y'all should be all over this. Do you realize high snaps affect the timing of a quarterback? A quarterback wants to get the ball, start their process with what they do on a normal basis. But when it's high and they got to jump up, right when they touch that ball up in the air, their process usually already started. Now they got to come down and start it already a half a second late. It screws up a quarterback's timing. You want proof? The very first play of the season. Remember? Because it was a big controversial play. Oh my gosh, Tyreek should have been for the touchdown and Tua underthrew it in the dirt. Remember that play? It was a high snap where Tua went up to get it and rerouted and let it go. We're like, oh crap. It screws up quarterback's timing. So yeah, he's playing good center play, but he ain't no center. He can play just as good play at the left guard position, and we should have went and got a real center, and we should have went and got a real right tackle. That would have been doing everything possible to make sure that you're protecting Tua and giving him the best resources he has possible so that he can actually develop his game. Because I'm sorry, even though people are going to get mad at me because I say this, Tua ain't developed his game. His game ain't developed. He's the same guy right now that has a few more spurts than usual. He needs a great O-line to develop his game. He needs to get used to being comfortable. Like, I can't believe Kenny Pickett is coming into this league just chilling back there. I know old Jalen Phillips finally showed up. Yeah, we made a few plays, but for the most part, Kenny Pickett was on lunch break back there, chilling. And at some point, if you really want to at least hope for him to be successful, because it still don't guarantee it, but at least do everything possible. Give him an atmosphere of perfection, man. And it's a whole bunch of crap what they did. So at this point, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. If you truly care about Tua and his success, this is what would happen in the next 7 days. You would go ahead and dig in your draft pick bag. This is what you would do. You would take all your draft picks in one bag. Then you'll get your second bag and take care and put all the dead weight, which is Mike Gesicki, which is guys like freaking Chase Edmonds, even your freaking fullback. I mean, there's at least 5 guys on this roster right now that's like, why? I would take my draft picks and I would take those guys and I would go get me a right tackle. I would go get me a center. And I'll try to go get a defensive end. And I know we short on corners, but I'm sorry. They already got their corners for the future. So they're not going. They like the young talent they have at the corner position. So you can't bring another corner in because now you're probably going to be locked into that person for more than 1 year. And they just caught a bad break at the cornerback position. So right now, that's why we got to deal with what we got to deal with. No team would do what we did yesterday. Take 2 people from other positions and put them at corner. No team would do that, but we're doing it because all the guys on IR, we look at them as being a part of the future. So we're not going to bring in another guy who's still got years left on his contract and then commit to him. That's why Chris Greer ain't making no real moves. And if they do make a move, it'll be just some guy they want to see if they can develop as well. No real investment at the corner position. They aren't going to. They are not going to make a true investment at the corner position. It's not happening, ladies and gentlemen. You may get a corner in here, but it ain't no real investment. It ain't no real investment. But if you want to do something, this defense, we're figuring out ways for them to play well anyway. Hold on, my bad. So if you're gonna do what you need to do, then you need to go all out. You need to go all out and go get you a right tackle, go get you a center, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, get you a defensive end, and I'll take another receiver. I'll make a blockbuster trade. Screw them picks. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? There have been too many opportunities to do that out here. And we just look at all the people that's been traded. This person got traded. That person, that's all they wanted. That's all they wanted. Why you think we wouldn't one of the players? Why you think we wouldn't trying to do it? Because you know what? It's time for y'all to come to the realization that the Miami Dolphins are not willing to do all of that for Tua Tagovailoa. All these lying, fake narrative reports that the organization believes in him, it's a lie. They're hoping that he can become a guy that they believe in, but they don't, because when you have your guy, there is nothing holding you back to get what you need. But Chris Grier ain't no dummy. Chris Grier is sitting there like, I ain't even got much money as it is. You think I'm finna put what I do have for the next 2 years around him? I done already gave you Tyreek, Armstead, Connor, Edmonds, Mostert, Sherfield. I done already took him. Man, y'all better get out my face. You better put Brandon Jones in the nickel. You better start Noah. You better do what you got to do. Don't come to me with that. Make it work. I gave y'all what y'all wanted. And it's a fact. Chris Grier ain't playing. Chris Grier know what he doing. Chris Grier said, if all of this fall apart, I need all of this for next year. I need all of this for next year. What's up, Mike? I'm about to get the super chats, man. I know I'm behind on them, but I like to try to get through my monologue before I hit them because I get sidetracked. But I'll take a quick dent and get to some of the super chats. TD, WSUO with the trade. Hey, man, even though I'm young, I'm still old. What's WSUO? With that trade talk. Yeah, you're going to have to help me with that. We got to go get Kareem Hunt from the Browns and a cornerback or two and at least one old lineman, at least one. And that's what I was answering to you. They ain't going to get no significant corner. Miami ain't playing them games. Miami ain't getting no significant corner. They'll bring a corner in, but they ain't going to get somebody that you can be like, oh, man, we got a good guy, like a lockdown guy. Nope. Is Byron Jones done for the season if he doesn't play this or next Sunday? If he doesn't play next Sunday, I think 3 days after that is the deadline. Then he's done for the season. I think. Listen, y'all. Listen. Let me tell y'all something. You might get Byron Jones on the field this year, but I doubt it. If he now, this is me keeping it 100 with y'all. I ain't telling you what you want to hear. I'm just keeping it a buck. Real talk. Mano y mano, real talk. If I'm Byron Jones, I ain't coming back to get on this freaking field. Put yourself in Byron Jones' shoes. I'm not coming back to get on this field. Y'all just restructured my contract, gave me more guaranteed money, and I know you're trying to move on from me next year. You better get out of here. I'm finna sit my happy behind on this sideline and collect my cash. I'm not finna sit out there just in case it takes me time to get acclimated. What if I don't play well? Now my next contract on my next team screwed, even though y'all still gonna be paying me, by the way. Even though y'all still gonna be paying me, even if you cut me, you still owe me some money. But why I'm gonna give my next team a preview just in case I'm rusty right now? I'm gonna sit here and get this $16 million this year. Easy money. And then the next team will be like, Byron should be 100% healthy now. Let's at least bring him in on a 2-year, $18 million. Let me go get me another 9 per. And maybe I prove it and get even more money. And if I don't, at least I got 9 per. Y'all ain't finna have me out on that field and then somebody offering me a 2-year, $7 million deal, bringing me all the way down because I'm older now. It's free money. What sense is it for me to play? Y'all screwed up when you restructured my deal. As a matter of fact, I helped y'all out by doing it anyway, but this is the cost you pay. Somebody said we straight trade him. Who taking Byron Jones' contract fresh off of an injury and you don't even know what he look like? 17 mil. Next year, he got an $18 million cap hit. Who taking that? Man, if I'm Byron Jones, if I'm Byron Jones, I'm walking in there every Monday. Yeah, coach, I thought this was the week, but it just ain't. It's frustrating. If I'm Byron Jones, man, I already know what time it is. Ain't no reason for this man to come out there on that field this year when he knew he getting paid anyway. Let me look at it. Byron Jones is making $6 million this year, y'all. $6 million. He restructured his deal this year so that they can help out with Tyreek and Ogba and them. He making $6 million this year, but since you wanted to be the fool and restructure, he's a $19 million cap hit next year with $15 million dead cap. So if you cut him, you still got $15 million dead cap. You gonna cut him to save $4 million? Now y'all answer that. Is cutting Byron Jones worth saving $4 million? That's the question you need to answer. You paying 15 anyway. You got dead cap on this man all the way to 2026. You got dead cap on Byron Jones all the way to 2026 because you restructured. So, man, he going to take his time. If you do see him back this year, you better be happy that he decided to. He decided to play. He don't have to play. He decided to. Because if it was me, man, I'm collecting my check one at a time. One at a time. You finna pay this man $2.7 million next year, the year after that, and the year after that just for a restructure bonus. Y'all gave this man, hold on, 10, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So that's $3,255,000. So that's you gave this man $13,255,000 bonus just to restructure his deal and give him cap relief. Give us cap relief this year. Just to give us cap relief this year, you gave him $13 million. Just so he could help. Just so his salary could lower down to $6 million this year. Boy, oh boy. Man, oh man. But hey, it is what it is. Roster bonus, workout bonus, and he's still getting signing bonus for the next 2 years of $2.1 million each year. So that's a total of $4,750,000. Yeah, you're gonna be paid if Byron's gone today, right? If they cut him after this season, right? This is what you're gonna pay him next year. He's gonna be a $19 million cap hit, but his dead cap of you'll pretty much pay $5 million dead cap next year, but you also got to cut him a check of $4.75 million. Then the next year he'll be $5 million a dead cap, and you got to cut him the same check of about $4.75 million. Then the next year he's dead cap of $5.3 million. And you got to cut him a check for $2.65 million. And then the year after that, 2026, he's no dead cap, but you still got to cut him. He's still a cap hit of $2.651 million. Because you got to cut him a check for that. So how much does Byron Jones get on his way out the door if they move on? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, 11, 12, 13, 14. You basically going to have to give him a $15 million check and say thank you for your services, and then you got to pay every year for it. That's what you got with Byron Jones. That's what they did. All right. All right. Let me make sure I ain't missing no super chat. Let me see. TD Jeff Okudah is a good cornerback. We need can tackle and cover. Okay, how you gonna get Okudah? When y'all put things like that, how you gonna get them? You need to say, hey, go get Jeff Okudah, give up this, give up that. Let me hear what your suggestion is, because that's what matters. That's what matters. That's all that matters, all right? But yeah, man, like I said, the only thing that matters is if they really truly cared about Tua in his long term, then they would do everything to make this kid successful. They would do everything. But I already know they're not invested in his long term. My haters can say I'm spreading the narrative, whatever. They're not invested in his long term. You know why? Last night, did he get protection? Did Tua get protection last night? I know y'all going to say yes, but the truth is we don't know. You know why we don't know? Because the game plan was just like Flores' game plan. Get rid of the ball right away. Get rid of the ball right away. And that's what we did. Got rid of the ball right away. Did we run the ball well last night? Seems like to me every time we handed it off, it was about 5-6 yards a carry. I'm trying to understand what exactly did Tua need around him last night to make his game better. I'm trying to understand what exactly did he need around him to make his game better. And please don't tell me nothing about a drop pass when it was less than you can count on your hand. It was less than you can get. Y'all want to pinpoint on 2 or 3 drop passes, 2 really, and try to make that the narrative. What around him did he need better that would have helped him last night? Because the run game was fine. Maybe we should have did it more instead of putting it in his hand. The protection was there. But we've had this before. We've had some of the best O-line play and receiver play, and he's had some of his worst games. This go back to last year. He had like 3 games where the O-line actually played well and the receivers and everybody played well, and he looked bad. We've had this. This is why I was arguing with people last year, that narrative of what's around him. Yesterday was a classic Brian Flores Tua Tagovailoa game, where in the past we complain about the O-line and what's around him, but what's the excuse now? Can somebody type it in the comment section? Maybe it was rust. Rust after you come out and put up a beautiful drive, right? Like the rust set in after there was no rust. You can't make this up, man. You can't make it up. People all out here in the community talk about rust. Where was the rust in the first drive? If it's rust, don't you show that right away? Where was the rust in the second drive? If it's rust, don't you show that right away? The reality is he just played bad. He just played bad, y'all. Why is that so hard for some of y'all to just soak in your spirit? He just played bad. Bad. And let me tell y'all something. You know what? I got to kick back on you, Don. Let's start with the bad coaching. McDaniel shouldn't have went for it on that 4th down. And then even going for it, the play call. Okay. Terrible, right? But why do we take 1 or 2 plays that was bad coaching decisions and try to make that the narrative for the whole game? The whole game. See, that's what people out here trying to do. They try, whatever happened bad, well, McDaniel made bad decisions on those 2 situations, so he was the reason in the game. 2 plays. Stop. Tua has to, and he will, and he already has owned his performance. He said it starts with me, and it sure did. He played horrible, in my opinion. We ain't nobody caring about no first drive. We already know. The scripted drive, he's money. We expect to score this first drive most of the time. And when we don't, we scratch our head. We expect to score on the first drive. He played horrible for the rest of that game. It is what it is. And the reason why people are all in their feelings and they mad at people pointing it out is because all we heard for 3 weeks is this wouldn't be happening if Tua was here. The offense moved just so much better when Tua was here. First quarter of the game was halfway in the first quarter of the game last night. My comment section was filled with CTD, see how much smoother the offense is with Tua. And I said right on that stream, hold on, don't jinx it. Let's get a larger sample size. I ain't heard that comment for the rest of the night. Now, no more debating on whether he played okay or not. He played horrible. It is what it is. He didn't play good, period. Let's move on from the fact that he didn't play good, okay? There was no excuse. Our offense didn't execute, right? So let's move on from the fact that he didn't play good. We know that already. We're not arguing with these cultists about that, okay? But then you have to go a little deeper into it. Why didn't he play good? What was it that he wasn't doing well? What was Tua not doing well, y'all? Put it in the comment section because I want to know what your thoughts are. What are some of the traits that he was not doing well last night? What caused him to struggle? Because we know it ain't the run game. We know it ain't the freaking O-line last night. It wasn't the receivers outside of maybe 3 plays the whole night. Chase Edmonds twice and Tyreek on 1. Outside of that, it wasn't the receivers. What made him not play well? Accuracy? You mean the most accurate quarterback in the NFL who's had ball placement issues since he came in the league, but y'all wanted to run with this accuracy narrative? No, I don't want to hear nothing about accuracy. Ball placement, I just mentioned that. That's normal with him. Let's not act like this is something new where he had a bad ball placement day. Every game, even his great games, he had bad ball placement. That ain't nothing new. His progression reads, Tua Tagovailoa does not read defenses. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all that. He already know where he going with the ball, and he going to go there. Look at last night. Some of them he should have never threw. He already knew where he wanted to go with the ball, and he went there. Let me tell y'all something. I want to give y'all the best play of the night, even though I give him number props on this play. But again, it's a prime example of he don't read defenses. What was the best throw of the night for him? Just give me the receiver name so I can see if y'all know what it is, what the best throw of the night was. His best throw of the night. And to me, his only tight window throw of the night. That was completed at least. Thank you. First person got it. Sherfield. Across the middle. I got to be honest with you. Anybody who read defenses doesn't throw that ball. See, this is the pick your poison with Tua. He gonna throw it anyway. And sometimes it's gonna work out. But sometimes, remember that ball he threw the heel on the left side where the corner was like, thank you, and it just went through him? I want y'all to go watch the replay of that play. And that's gonna prove to y'all everything I've been telling y'all for 2.5 years now. This man don't be reading defenses. He don't care. He don't even look. I want you to go watch the play where he threw it to the left side to Tyreek later in the game, and the DB was like, oh, thank you, and it just dropped it to itself. I want you to go watch that play because on that play is a perfect example of what I've been telling y'all for years now. Tua's back to pass. Tua looks to the right. Tua cocks back and throws to the left. He ain't look to the left. It's there and throw. He just throws. Never processed it. Never even looked. Never, no peripheral, nothing. No, just And obviously, because if you looked, you would have never threw that. That's what I've been telling y'all for years now. Demand, and here's the problem. Say the defender wasn't there. Say that his eyes looking to the right would have got that defender over a little more. And he would have just threw it. And Tyreek would have been there. Tyreek would have caught it. Touchdown, yeah. And TD would have been like, hey, that's a touchdown. I like it. But he did not process that, man. He just threw it. Oh, TD being a hater. Oh, TD. Man, I'm telling y'all don't realize some of this man touchdowns he ain't even looking at. He just literally letting it rip. He just letting it rip. Oh, you being a hater. But look, I said sometimes, all right now, when a defender ain't fooled by their hand look, they going to be picks. I keep telling y'all that. TD, you heating, you mean hating. He looking him off. Did he look him off? See, this is the point I'm making. Tua full of mechanics. He don't read defenses. His mechanics is trying to look somebody off, but you got to check and see if you got him off the spot. Like, come on, some of y'all ain't football illiterate. Some of y'all know this game. If you're trying to pull somebody off their spot to bring a safety over, don't you got to check to make sure you got him over? TDU hating, he was looking the safety off. The safety never moved. And what did LSU and Clemson tell you in the national championship games? They sat there after they beat Tua and sat on the podium. Well, we already know if he looked one way, don't go for it. He's just trying to pull you off. He gonna throw it anyway. These young college students beat him in a natty and went on the stage and told the world, we already figured Tua out. He gonna throw the ball anyway. He gonna try to look you off to bring you over, but don't go for it. He gonna throw it anyway. They came on national television after they won the natty and said that. And he been doing it ever since. And the problem is y'all got so used to it at Alabama, but you never noticed it because even if he didn't look, the guy was wide open to catch it. At the end of the day, we got a guy who does not process defenses, and I've been telling y'all that for 2.5 years now. He just don't process defenses. It ain't just him being a slow blinker. He can't process it. He's letting it rip. He is a spot quarterback. I'm going to throw it in this spot. This is where he's supposed to be. Hopefully you end up there. Everything don't always work out that way. Everything don't always work out that way. Give me a second. I have to load that later. Yeah, the Jets just traded for a running back, James Robinson, for draft picks. Nice little trade. Sixth-round pick. Could be a fifth. Jacksonville made the trade. Interesting. So this is an interesting comment here, and I want y'all to pay attention to it. TD, yes, he was trash Sunday night. Okay. But your point is well taken. All right. So why keep talking about it? Because this is all that's happening. We have to live through this. We have to live through this every week. You don't think I want the best for my team? I want the best for my team. So I'm gonna remind y'all every freaking day what we got. I'm gonna remind you every day so that when the end of the season come or the end of the next season come, there ain't no confusion of why we moving on or why we should move on. And if we continue down this path, there ain't no confusion of why we wasted our years. There ain't no confusion of why we gave up 7 years like we did to Tannehill. I'm going to shout it to the rooftops every chance I get because y'all ain't getting on these people that's being delusional, trying to act like it don't exist. You say my point is well taken, but some of y'all don't say nothing to these delusionals that act like it's 100% false. Oh, to the rooftops. Because as soon as we got him, I didn't know what he was going to be as a pro, but as an analyst, somebody who's evaluating what's going on, I had to make my opinion of the situation. I made my opinion. It was not favorable of Tua. I was hoping as a Dolphin fan that my opinion ended up being false. And as we continue to go, as we continue to move forward, my opinion continues to look more and more and more true. But we got to be clear on this because these are huge topics, because I know one thing. People think that fans don't influence the decisions of the organization. As long as this organization's fans continue to accept mediocrity and want to get behind it and support it, they will never give you what you want. As long as we continue to be like, they're a Dolphin, I got to support them. No, if they playing like trash, get them off our team. If they ain't the future, get them off our team. We tired of losing. At what point are we going to win a Super Bowl? We will never win a Super Bowl because it starts with the fans. We sit up here and watch trash play on the field, make every excuse for it, and then you ain't a real Dolphin fan if you criticize anyone. No, the realest Dolphin fans criticize what's going on. Only the realest Dolphin fans criticize what's going on. Not no, I go with the Tide fan. That's what you is. Now, I ain't speaking to you specifically, but that's what those people are. Just go with the Tide. Whatever the Tide is, okay, I mean, what else am I going to do? They made the decision. Well, voice your opinion about it. Was it a good decision? And maybe you don't know whether it was a good decision or not. But when people are sitting here debating and talking about whether it was or not, and we start getting more and more evidence, it's going to take the fans to change this. It's going to take the fans to change this. And just think about it. If I'm a billionaire and I'm an owner and I keep doing things that I keep making bad decisions, let's put it like that. Why would I care if the balance on the balance sheet is the same profits every year? So if I make good decisions or bad decisions, it don't matter. My profits are still there. I ain't getting enough flack. Ain't nobody really complaining. They making excuses for me, matter of fact. Why would I ever change it? Why? Why would I ever? I'm not one of those fans that sit around here talking about, well, it ain't nothing we can do. That's our quarterback. So, all you could do is support them. Half of y'all ain't had the same energy with Tannehill. Until last night, 90% of you ain't had the energy with Noah Monogamy. But let's call a spade a spade. It's Tua. It's the Tua effect. Some of you just defending him. You don't want people like me to talk about his indeficiencies and why he's not a great quarterback and why he ain't worthy of being a franchise quarterback, because you love him so much you just want to see his success however that comes. So you don't want people like me to mention it. You don't want people like me to tell the truth so everybody else can see it, because you want the kid to succeed. Nothing's wrong with that, but don't come at me about it. Don't come at me about it. I'm tired of losing. Sick of this crap. Same stuff, different restroom. Since watch the film, then acknowledge that third should have been interception to Mike Gesicki up the middle was a defensive PI no call. Tua was in pocket and held Gesicki in slant transition. Hold on. So you're saying that should have been a PI call? The guy that almost picked it wasn't even the one that PI'd on Gesicki. The guy that almost picked it was under him. And on top of that, who cares? We talk about one play out of the almost 6 or 7 interceptions. Now they say it was 5, but I counted like 6 or 7 interceptions he almost threw. You really want to talk about picks? Look at Kenny Pickett. His one where the feet got tangled up. Whatever his name is, our DB actually wrapped his hip. That should have been pass interference. But it's the game of football. It happens. And let's not sit here and act like Tua ain't throw that in a tight double coverage window. Come on. Bethel, yeah, I guess. Let's see here. But yeah, man, that's all it is, man. It's some Tua groupies, man. I ain't gonna lie, I love getting under their skin because they still be sticking around. I told y'all, the haters gonna stick around regardless. They're going to stick around regardless. All right, man. All Tua does is win. Tua 15 points a game. Yeah, that's all they want to say. Well, didn't he win? And I told y'all, let me tell you what's going to happen. So we're going to put up 30 next week. The offense going to ball out like they should. It's the freaking Lions. Lions defense absolutely sucks. Now, their offense is good. I am worried about that. But their defense absolutely sucks. We're going to finally put up some points. Okay? Then it's going to be like, I told you. Then we got the Bears. Oh, Lord. Then we got the Bears. No different. And this is what they do. And don't get me wrong. When Tua go out there and put up 30, I'm going to give him his props. I'm going to praise him. Hey, you did your job. Good job today. Then they're going to go out there with the Bears. Ooh, he did his job. Good job today. Then as soon as we go to one of those competent teams again, whenever that is, I don't know when it'll be because we got an easy schedule in this middle. And they start playing some man coverage and he look like trash again. Oh, you flip-flopping. Last week you were praising him. How many times I got to explain to people? If you ain't flip-flopping lately, then you ain't being fair. What are you supposed to do when he play bad? Say he played bad. And then when he go play good, what you supposed to do? Praise him. He played good. But you flip-flopping. Tua flip-flopping. I do what Tua do. Me and Tua flip-flopping. I'll take it all day. Me and Tua some big-time flip-floppers. Bree the G. Hey, man, Bree, man, hit me up, man. I called you. I ain't get an answer. But I know what the issue is now with the phone. Don't sleep on the Lions defense. I ain't worried about their defense. Now, their offense is number 2 in the league. They were number 1. But they number 2 in the league now. Now, their offense, what I'm worried about is the fact that they a physical O-line. They can run the ball. And I think that's a problem for our D-line. We don't do well with those physical guys, those physical units. And that's the issue I have. But the family, not the family, I was reading something. But but real talk, I don't worry about them nor the Bears. Those are easy wins for Miami. And when we get back on track and we get these W's and we finally put up some points, everybody going to forget this game. And matter of fact, what they going to do later on is be like, we won 5 straight. I mean, he won 2 or 5, 6-0, 7-0 or whatever. They're going to forget this was even a bad game. They're going to be like, he didn't throw no picks in that game. What are you talking about? They're going to forget all about it. But this is the mark on Tua. He's consistently inconsistent, and that's why he's not a franchise quarterback. Y'all can continue to sit around here and live in this delusion. Listen, y'all want to, you need to support him. Every Sunday when that kickoff goes off, ain't nobody supporting Tua more than me. When that kick goes off every Sunday, let's go, Tua. Don't worry about it. He going to get it this time. All right, don't worry about it. The next drive, he going to get it. You should have heard me last night. Every 10 minutes. All right, y'all, let's go. He going to get a touchdown this time. We going to take it down the field. He going to lead the troops. Oh, we punting. It's all right. Next time. He going to get it. Oh, next time he going to get it. It was a broken record last night. I support him when it's game time. But when it ain't game time, we tell the truth. We straight up, it is what it is. Everybody got to get evaluated. If it ain't one thing, it's another with him. And the cherry on top are these delusionals that make it unbearable to be a Dolphin fan, sticking up for him in everything he do, putting him above the team. If it ain't his bad play, it's his injuries. He ain't playing. It's always something. You can't do nothing with that. And all I know is at a bare minimum this year, he better get us in the playoffs. At a bare minimum. Because we don't make the playoffs this year, we going completely nuclear. We're actually going on the offensive going forward if we don't make the playoffs this year. We picketing in Miami Gardens. I don't care what it is. A college quarterback, Lamar, I don't care who it is. Let us not get in the playoffs this year. And he better stay healthy out here trying to truck people and run them over. Anyway, man, it's TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I'm finna get ready for the night stream. We got to load up for the Monday Night Football. We got to get that going. Hit the like button on your way out, ladies and gentlemen. Talk Noah. What is there to talk about Noah? I'm sick of that mess too. I mean, once again, I'm sorry, y'all. If you want to come over here, you only coming over here to get real talk. I'm not over here. Now, that's the old me. I ain't over here to just boost you up and lie to you and make you feel better. You're only going to get real talk over here. Noah Igbenogany has been horrible since we drafted him. Last night, he was absolutely horrible again. And if it wasn't for that last play, all of y'all would have said it. And let's be honest about the last play. He ain't did nothing but stand still and the ball came to him. Thank you for catching it and sealing the game. Thank you, Lord. Good job, Noah. But let's just keep it a buck. This man has been absolutely horrible. And last night, he gave up 6 out of 8 passes and a touchdown. And was absolutely horrible last night, too. And I ain't gonna lie. Thank God he got the pick thrown to him, because that at least calms people down off of him. But we talk the truth over here. It's just the reality. But people want me to, oh, man, you need to, what about Noah? Praise. Last night I said any negative talk about Noah this week, you're getting blocked. Hey, I done already broke my rule. And I can't block myself. I'm sorry. I just can't live in the delusion. I can't live in. TD, stop giving Noah time. He got the time. Just because I'm giving a fair analysis of what he's doing right now, which is absolute trash, that ain't changing the time he got. So keep on taking your time. I'm not the one that's taking time from him. I'm just giving a real take on what I think. He got time. He's still on the team. He playing. Change the narrative. Instead of giving up 6 of 8 in a touchdown, maybe make that 3 of 8 and no touchdown. Now we talking. Now we talking about a guy turning the corner. Now, you're right. At least he caught it, because Byron Jones might have batted it down. Because Byron can't catch a pick to save his life, boy. He got a good cover corner, but he can't catch a pick to save his life. Man. All right, man, I got to go, man. Y'all holding me up for Monday Night Football. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Love y'all so much. Peace. I'm out.